Remember that time Disney turned EPCOT into a mall?
Today we are going to be talking about the World Showcase in EPCOT. Specifically, we're going to be talking about the theming, food, entertainment, and attractions.
What is World Showcase?
Mexico
is the back half of EPCOT.
Norway,
The best part.
China,
And each pavilion is a little taste of a different country.
African Outpost, not a real country, bonus for you.
World Showcase is the one place in the world
Germany,
where you could literally visit
Italy,
11 countries
the American Adventure,
in a short walk.
Japan,
World Showcase
Morocco,
is
France,
an
United Kingdom,
unrealized dream.
and Canada.
In its original concept, World Showcase was supposed to be much, much larger, include many more countries.
So many. There are so many that were supposed to exist, but do not.
And have room to even expand further. It was supposed to be sort of a living, breathing World's Fair.
There was like 20 more countries that were supposed to exist versus the 11 that we have now. Only 9 opened on opening day, and then Morocco and Norway came later. But there was supposed to be Brazil.
That one has been rumored a couple times. Every couple months, everyone's like, listen, look at this. I think the Brazil pavilion is coming. And like, I don't think it's coming.
I believe Australia was supposed to get its own pavilion as well.
Venezuela, Spain, which I would have been all up in the Spain pavilion, and I'm still hanging in there like, maybe they'll surprise me and they'll be like, guess what? Spain's coming. Spain's coming.
They're not announcing the Brazil pavilion.
There was actually going to be Africa. I know that's not a country, but there was going to be Equatorial Africa.
We've got what I like to call fake Africa, which is a bridge where you can get a Coke.
This is a challenge, Bob Chapek. I know you're watching. This is a challenge. Brazil pavilion or bust.
Based on theming, my favorite pavilion in the World Showcase.
Ooh, this is so hard.
The first one to come to mind, I think, is Japan.
The Paris is my jam.
The visuals are really nailing in Japan.
It is an excellent photo spot. You get Spaceship Earth right in the middle of it. For me, walking by, seeing the Torii Gate in the water is just iconic.
We got like all of that great Japanese architecture in those buildings.
I love the theming in China. China is so gorgeous.
I gotta go Morocco.
I consistently get lost in that pavilion. Very immersive. It's very immersive.
First of all, I love a mosaic.
But wait, Tokyo, y'all with the drums and the koi pond.
Morocco is without a doubt the most beautiful of all the pavilions.
I absolutely love a mosaic.
Oh, and then the gardens at the United Kingdom and Alice's house, and then Mary Poppins is in the back with tea. Well, she's not drinking tea, but I just always pictured tea parties with Mary Poppins, so that's just on me, but.
It feels the most exotic.
Have you seen mosaics?
And then Mexico is pretty amazing too. Like the theming is immaculate. When you go inside the pavilion,
You get the painted dark sky. You get the little shops and stands inside. You get the smells and the sounds of Mexico.
Morocco actually had royal involvement designing the pavilion. They wanted to make sure that their country was well represented in the United States. So the King of Morocco literally sent over Moroccan craftsmen and artisans to help bring the pavilion to life, which is why that tile work is so amazing and why that detail work is like so incredible.
Okay, you know what? I just don't know how to answer this question. I love it all.
I would add New Zealand because I've been to New Zealand. I absolutely love New Zealand. It's amazing.
Where's the Greece pavilion?
I would definitely choose Greece because not only is it absolutely beautiful, but the food is unbelievable.
Everything I eat could be covered in feta cheese and tzatziki sauce. Yeah, that sounds nice.
They could buy Lord of the Rings. Disney could buy Lord of the Rings and it could live in that pavilion. That pavilion could be just a gateway to a whole Lord of the Rings park. And I'd be a happy camper. Ooh, do you think? Okay, hold on.
I want to get the like hummus flight, 5 hummuses. Hummus.
Gyro.
What's multiple hummus?
Gyro.
Hummuses.
Gyro?
Hummuses.
Not sure.
I want you guys to know that I've been trying to get this sword into an RTT for a while. My editor always cuts it because I think he hates me. And probably not gonna get in this episode either because he's probably watching this. He's probably the only person who's ever gonna see this clip of me talking about how I've been trying to get this sword into an RTT and my editor won't put it in.
I thought we learned from Future World in Epcot, if you can dream it, you can do it. And that might have been the case in Future World, but when you crossed over there to International Gateway and you crossed into World Showcase, you learned if you can dream it, you can maybe do some of it. But don't expect to do all of it, or even most of it. Expect to do a little portion, if you can dream it.
Stop.
Part of the glamour of World Showcase is eating and drinking around the world.
I've had a lot of great meals in the World Showcase in these restaurants. I had a lot of great quick service moments as well.
I can only say one favorite restaurant.
I love the Cellier. I mean, that is just a really good, solid restaurant.
Spice Road is so delicious. Again, you're talking to a plant-based eater, so I'm gonna tell you that restaurant has incredible vegan options if that's important to you.
Le Cellier. You guys, the filet.
The cheddar cheese soup at the Canada Pavilion, usually only available at Le Cellier, although during festivals you often can get it in the stand outside.
It's probably...
But I'd say like table service wise, Via Napoli does some really good work over there in Italy.
Via Napoli. And I'm torn between Via Napoli and Leal the Bakery. I've never had anything like it ever anywhere else in my whole life. I think I have to go to Italy to get pizza like that. Whereas Leal French Bakery is delicious. You can get so many carbs and so much cheese. But there's a French bakery by my house that sells basically the same stuff. So I'm gonna go with the thing I can't get anywhere else, which is Via Napoli, because they literally import the water and the flour and all the ingredients to make it the best pizza ever, except for like Italy.
My favorite World Showcase beverage is Baiju Punch. Baiju Punch is a lychee cocktail. It's made with Baiju liqueur, and they used to sell it at the Joy of Tea booth in China.
In Japan, the Pavilion, you can get the violet sake drink, which is so good. It is A, beautiful to look at. B, refreshing. C, delicious. What am I on, D? D, it is like just strong enough, and I love that drink. It's really good.
I'm just gonna call out the tequila bar here. Many nights have ended poorly at the tequila bar, all right? That is an iconic Mexico Pavilion experience, all right?
Probably a handmade El Diablo spicy margarita from the tequila cave in Mexico, but I like it when they put mezcal in it instead of tequila.
I have to say though, I've really enjoyed the frozen mint julep from the walk-up bar at Regal Eagle and the American Adventure. When it is a really hot day and you just are feeling like it's impossible to cool down, it will give you a brain freeze, but it will cool you down.
You should drink water, and so should I.
I think if I could add a restaurant, it would be a more casual African table service restaurant in the African Outpost.
I would like to add a restaurant to the African Outpost, and I would like it to serve what they call braai, which is how they cook meat.
We need a Greek restaurant. We need a Greece pavilion and we need a Greek restaurant.
The Spain restaurant, let's do a vegan paella. Yum.
Well, obviously, I would add a cheese restaurant to the World Showcase. Your most obvious spot for that is France, but also it could really go well in Italy too, so whoever's got space.
Food is why World Showcase is so popular, because people like to eat and drink around the world. They literally make festivals about it now, but you can do it all year, even if there's not a festival. For the 6 days a year there's not a festival, you can still happily eat and drink your way around World Showcase. And let me tell you, as a little tip, I know I said Via Napoli is my favorite restaurant. Most of the countries I would tell you just to snack your way around. Go get some yummy snacks, get some fish and chips, get some poutine, get some French cheese, get some nachos and guacamole. Get some school bread and some hummus fries. You will not be mad. You'll be full, but you won't be mad. All right, time for a snake bite. Cheers, mate.
Cheers to the UK.
We sing and we stumble, we shout, I don't know.
The attractions of World Showcase. Okay, there's not a ton.
I like Grand Fiesta Tour. It's fun. I like Donald a lot.
It's a boat ride with Donald Duck, Panchito, and Jose.
Those 3 characters, what a hoot.
That was the first time pre-existing Disney intellectual property was integrated into a ride, overlaid on top of an existing ride in World Showcase.
And I love that ride. I know it's like kind of dated and old fashioned, but I love it. I also love Coco, so like I'm ready to embrace the new ride if they change it.
All I want is to ride a Coco ride, and it would be so beautiful, and they would go in there so well. I just want a Coco ride. Give me a Coco ride, please, for the love of goodness and gracious and all that is good.
Recently, this ride did hit its peak all time.
The greatest thing that's possibly ever happened in all of Walt Disney World history. I don't want to oversell it.
The greatest thing that's ever happened in all of Walt Disney World history.
I will stand on that claim.
That I unfortunately don't think it'll ever hit again, which is...
Something happened to the Donald Duck animatronic. He wasn't working properly, so they got rid of him. What did they replace Donald with, you ask? They replaced him with a houseplant wearing a sombrero.
Potted plant Donald.
There was a time, friends, where you could have ridden the Grand Fiesta Tour, and instead of Donald Duck, there was a plant with a hat on. It's the greatest thing that's ever happened in Walt Disney World.
So thanks a lot, Jose, Panchito, and Donald. We have you to thank for the fact that Elsa and Anna moved in next door.
I actually really enjoy Frozen Ever After. It is not a ride that I think I'd be willing to wait more than 30 minutes for, but the line is very cool and the technology behind the ride is awesome. The animatronics are definitely what makes that ride.
I think that the animatronics in this ride are really beautiful when they work.
You know, Elsa looked like she was, going through some things at one point. I do like the ride, and I do like it more than Maelstrom. I'm sorry. I know that there are some purists that are going to at me in the comments.
Do I miss Maelstrom? Yeah.
Canada Far and Wide is that one's a good show. It's very beautiful because Canada's very beautiful.
I miss Oh Canada a little bit. I even miss the weird Martin Short version that happened in between. Canada.
Okay, here's the thing. I was very mad when I heard Martin Short was leaving.
No Martin Short?
But they replaced Martin Short with Johnny and Moira Rose. But unfortunately, they're not being Johnny and Moira Rose. Like, they're just being Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara. And I want them to be the Roses. Like, I want her to be like, Canada is positively bedeviled with beautiful figures and people. But that doesn't happen. So
j'étais peu à peu ton cœur, tu vas comme mes enfants, comme l'enfant.
Okay, the American Adventure is like pretty dope. As an animatronics nerd, one of them walks up the stairs. What? What that animatronic, was that a human walking up the stairs? No, that was a robot walking up the stairs.
You know what, though? I gotta be honest with you. The first time I saw it, I was a little disappointed because I was really expecting the statues on the side to like come alive and start moving because it just looked like they were. I was like, is Harriet Tubman about to come alive and start singing this song? She didn't though, child. She said right there in that statue.
Canada, Canada, my Canada, Canada. Aboutissement tout rêve pour tous les voyageurs.
So when they were talking about building the Japan Pavilion, there were some concepts drawn up and actually pretty significantly gone along with about having a Mount Fuji roller coaster. So it would be another Disney World mountain.
I think that the Mount Fuji coaster would have been awesome. Especially because if there is one thing that World Showcase that's lacking, it's a thrill ride.
Is it too late? Can we maybe build it? Is there room? Even if we have to, I don't know, lose a corner of the koi pond. Sorry, koi.
The Rhine River Cruise was almost got built. You could actually the building, if you go like this, on the back of Summerfest and where the beer garden is, it's hollow back there because they actually built the show building for the River Rhine Cruise. It was gonna be a boat ride through the Rhine region of Germany.
River Cruise would have been cool because, again, it's taking us deeper into the story of the land.
I assume when you get on the ride that someone in Lederhosen would hand me a beer and a pretzel, and I get to sail down the river and eat my pretzel and drink my beer. I assume that's why Summerfest was built right there, because that was going to be was that not the plan?
All of these pavilions, I wish that they had what they were supposed to have. I wish that we had 20 pavilions. I wish that the pavilions we got had the rides they were supposed to have. Yes. I wish they all had all the things.
Canada, Canada, mon Canada. You're a lifeline of wonder on this planet Earth.
If I could add an attraction, let me think of something.
Molly and I had the best idea in the entire world when we were filming a video at EPCOT. And we stand behind it, or at least I do. I hope she does too. And I assume that she does.
This is a terrible idea, but I'm standing by it.
Lady and the Tramp roller coaster in Italy, where you start in Tramp's mouth and you roller coaster along a noodle into Lady's mouth.
Lady and the Tramp spaghetti coaster. Lady and the Tramp spaghetti coaster.
And your ride vehicle is a meatball. This is genius. This is the best ride concept that's ever been come up with by anyone ever. So, Lady and the Tramp roller coaster. I know Molly's backing me up. I'm backing her up. I got your back, Molly.
Mamma mia, it's a Lady and the Tramp spaghetti coaster.
The vehicle's a meatball.
You're the meatball, okay.
And then the track is a spaghetti noodle.
You start.
So there's lots of live entertainment at World Showcase in the normal times. Basically every country has some kind of live entertainment, like a single performer or a small musical act usually.
The live entertainment at World Showcase is bomb.com. Do people still say that? Huh? Do we say that?
I would just like to talk for a minute about the man in the France pavilion who would build the chairs and then stand on top of them.
Chair guy. I love chair guy. Chair City. He's the one sitting on chairs.
I never walked past that without having a minor anxiety attack.
My absolute favorite live entertainment in all of World Showcase, and actually all of Disney World, is Mariachi Cobra. They are the mariachi band that traditionally plays in the Mexico Pavilion. Right now, though, they're playing on the American Garden stage periodically, and I love Mariachi Cobra.
Probably one of the best mariachi bands I've ever heard in my life.
I think they're very, very talented. Some of those guys have been there forever. They're incredible.
I also like the recent addition of the Coco element. What a nice little IP addition to a great band.
I'm really jazzed about, not as jazzed as Quincy.
I love Voices of Liberty. Now, being a singer and a musician, I know that those people are level 1 million as musicians. Those people are geniuses.
The voices at Voices of Liberty, the harmony that they do, the tight harmony, and how perfectly on pitch everybody is. Their voices are like lasers. They're perfect.
There's something truly magical about just walking by when they are performing and just their voices meld so well together. It's gorgeous.
They also recently have tried to do like Disney music, which is great, but they try and do like Moana and The Princess and the Frog, and it's just a little too jazzy for them. They try to like make it their style, but it doesn't hit for me the way that, shaker music does.
I really like the Jameters. Right now, you can sometimes find them performing in the Canada Pavilion, UK Pavilion area. The Jameters are super fun. I like anytime someone's gonna get percussive on something that's not a drum.
I always think of Stomp when I think of the Jameters, where they're just bashing on the trash cans.
I will agree with Molly though. The Beat Builders are kind of where it's at. The Beat Builders at Universal have got some like a level of swag that the Jameters just do not. And
they have a fake construction site that they go on. They're better. They're like the Jameters, but harder. And they play Beat It by Michael Jackson. And it's better than anything the Jameters have ever done. So the Jameters are fine, but the whole time I watch them, I'm like, I wish you were the Beat Builders.
I would pay good money to see the jam off between the Jameters and the Beat Builders in a parking lot on I-4.
And then this seems like tink, 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 but then it just turns into an epic jam session. Pitch Perfect 4, the beat down. Let's get that. Somebody get someone famous on the horn. Let's make this happen.
Overall, there is a reason that World Showcase is one of the most famous parts of Disney World.
It is the reason I go to Walt Disney World. I'm gonna be honest, some people go for the Magic Kingdom, some people go for Animal Kingdom. I go for Epcot, but I go for World Showcase. It just has this vintage Epcot feel.
I like it. I wish more people took advantage of the detail and the wonder and the history and the cool exhibits in World Showcase. That's my true wish for World Showcase.
I'm pro World Showcase. Put me down as pro World Showcase, please. Thank you.
A lot of people don't get the chance to ever travel internationally. It is a privilege. And so to get to walk around and feel like you're experiencing those countries and those cultures, how awesome is that? And I think that's great for kids too, to experience different cultures. I mean, not everyone can afford to fly to another country. And while Epcot with your kids is actually really expensive too, it's less expensive than going to France.
Everything started going wrong for World Showcase when Barbie doll stopped being the friendship ambassador of World Showcase. We need our friendship ambassador back, okay? Everything's falling apart in World Showcase. Bring back Barbie doll. That's who I want to meet in World Showcase.
Hey everyone, it's Molly. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of RTT. Please make sure to like and subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss an episode. If you want more RTT right now though, click over here for a playlist of our favorite Disney Parks episodes. And if you want more AllEars, click over here for a video of Quincy and I headed around World Showcase trying the best eats and drinks. Thanks for watching!